U.S. President Donald Trump's outbursts have made European countries look for alternatives in every field. With the outbreak of the Russia-Ukraine war, Europe had drastically reduced its natural gas imports from Russia. In fact, it was left in need of America's liquefied gas. However, the crisis-stricken European Union may resume gas trade with Russia.
U.S. President Donald Trump's tariffs and his outbursts against Europe continue to unsettle the continent. With the outbreak of the war between Russia and Ukraine, Europe imposed sanctions on Russia, from which it imports most of its natural gas, and gas trade between the two countries came to a halt. European countries have turned to alternative ways to close the natural gas deficit. They started importing liquefied natural gas from the U.S. and Qatar. In this regard, the European Union, which was previously dependent on Russia, has become largely dependent on Washington. But liquefied gas is much more costly for Europe. Electricity generation and industrial use have become extremely costly. European producers say they will be left behind by their competitors because of the cost of natural gas. Especially in Germany, with the closure of nuclear power plants, the country is completely dependent on electricity generated from natural gas. Due to Trump's outbursts, continental countries are looking for other alternatives for natural gas.
There are concerns that we are becoming dependent on Russia. But in reality, this dependence is due to the fact that we have shut down nuclear power plants, we have decommissioned coal-fired power plants, and we have also reduced domestic natural gas production. Therefore, we have made ourselves dependent on imports.
German companies want to import Russian gas. In particular, it is thought that attempts to restart trade will be an incentive for Russia in the peace talks.
The first peace talks have started, led by the American government. There is therefore a possibility that the guns will fall silent. In such a situation, it would be both important and logical for the parties to resume gas supplies through pipelines. This could be an important incentive for Russia in the peace talks.
Thank you for watching.
Before the war, the European Union imported 45% of its natural gas from Russia. And after the start of the trade war, this percentage dropped to 10%. Europe is still looking for alternatives for gas. According to polls, 49% of Germans want to return to Russian gas.